Hello, my name is Jason Leahy, Executive Director of the Illinois Principals Association. Thanks for joining me for this IPA talk. And the purpose for today is to provide you with an update on a variety of things that we've got going on here at IPA. This is something I used to do years ago quite often, video updates such as this, and felt like maybe with everything we've got going on, it would be a good time frame to start this back up. So first off, wanted to just share with you, if you hadn't heard, we've got a decent sized addition that's happening currently. Actually, if you look over my shoulder, that window through there, we've got a pretty large addition happening on the south side of the building. Years ago, when IPA was first built here back around 2000, the leadership at that time, under the leadership of the executive director at that time, Dr. David Turner, they had the foresight to not only buy the property where this building sits, but also the half lot to the south of us for the possibility of future expansion. And after several years that even precedes the pandemic, several years, we finally made the decision after a lot of study and looking at this to go ahead and pursue the addition now to manage the growth of the association. So with this addition, we'll have the addition of 9 offices. We'll have some additional restroom space, a little bit of common meeting space, and then a video studio as well to help accommodate all of the video work that happens here at IPA. So we're very excited about this. As of today's date, it's the 16th of September. There's a good chance that they'll start pouring concrete for the floor of the building tomorrow. They've done a lot of plumbing work, electrical work, and site prep work up to this point over the last several weeks. And then the scheduled time frame for the work to be completed will be in the next several months, probably around the turn of the calendar year or a little bit thereafter. So the goal right now is to get structure up and get them under cover so that they beat the bad weather that could be coming in the fall and the winter, and then continue to work on that through those cooler months and hopefully get us in there by 2025 or early within 2025. So stay tuned. Had a few pictures there to show you of kind of the work that's happened up to this point, and we'll continue to keep you posted about that. Another big update for you, if you weren't aware, but wanted to make sure that you are aware, because this is one of IPA's most important services that we provide, and that is the service to keep you connected to your colleagues throughout Illinois, and that is the transition of IPA Connect back to actually technology that we used to use previously. We tried some technology that for a period of time, because we're always looking to do things in new and better ways. We just determined that what we used to use actually was better for us. And especially as we look at additional things that we want to do and connecting our various platforms together. So we did transition back. It had received some nice upgrades itself. And so I quickly wanted to talk with you about this and discuss a couple of things in particular so that you don't miss out on the communication from your colleagues and make sure that you're staying connected to each other. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen with you. Okay. Get that up here. And if you see me looking over a bit, it's because the website, now that I've taken you to the IPA's website, is over off to my right. So you're on the homepage of the IPA website. And if you'd like to get to IPA Connect quickly, there's a couple ways you can do that. Most easily is just to scroll down. And if you see here under IPA Connect, if you click on home, you go there, and it will take you to IPA Connect. Now, because I'm already logged in, I went straight to the IPA Connect homepage. If you're not logged in, it will take you to a login screen and ask for you to put in your credentials. And then what you see is this IPA Connect home screen. You see I've got my picture, my name, and a little bit of information there. And then in the center are all the most current posts, the recent posts of discussions that have occurred. And what happens is this will pull in all of the discussions for all the communities that you're a part of. I'll get into that more specifically of where you can determine that here in a moment. But you then look to the right, there's several quick links for you, and then also some recommendations for people that you might want to consider getting connected to through IPA Connect. Then when you scroll down, okay, you got all these various discussion posts, takes you down a bit. Below that are library entries. These are files that people have uploaded to share with others. And then below that are blog posts. Now, we haven't had a lot of those as of late. We are talking about internally about ways that we could be communicating more through you, to you rather, through blogging. But beyond that, that does provide you another opportunity to share out anything that you might with regards to your leadership and such. Okay, so this is the home screen. A couple of other things I wanted to share with you across the top. This will bring you back to the home of IPA Connect. This is your communities, discussions, library entries, blogs, and then a member directory. We'll take on each of those in just a moment. Over here where your profile picture is, this takes you to the IPA Connect profile. And then this create button, when you click on this, it will bring you to a discussions thread where you can start a discussion thread, you can upload a library entry, or you can create your own blog. Now, with regards to those communities that I was mentioning before, if you click on this communities button or tab up at the top, what you're going to see here is a listing of all the communities. And the default is to take you to the communities that you belong to. Obviously, I've got administrative privileges, and so I belong to all the communities on IPA Connect. But when you come here, the communities, the two that you're most likely to be a part of are the Principal Connection community as well as your region community. So those are the two that you will most likely see. Now, if you are a part of the board, IPA board, or if you're a region leader, or you do something else in the association, like member of the Diversity and Equity Committee or the Legislative Committee, you would also see these populated here as well. Then what you can do is you can click on here and you can enter into these communities, okay? One of these communities that you belong to. It's taken just a moment. And then you can see the latest discussion posts within the community. You get a visual of the region, what counties that the region takes up throughout the state, the field service specialist that is the point person for IPA for your region, and then upcoming region events that you can click on and learn more information about those, some quick links, and like before, like the homepage, people you might want to be connected to, library entries that might be available to you there. Across the top here, you can also click on discussions, library items that are there, as well as a listing of all the members. So this is the region page that you would see, and this is very similar for all the different communities on IPA Connect. If you're looking to look at discussions, you can see all the discussions that are available. You can post a new message here if you'd like, and be aware when you're asked to post a discussion, it will depend on where you're coming from, what you'll see here in post to community. A lot of times the default is to the Principal Connection community, the all-member community of IPA Connect. If you're in your region community, it will post, the default post will be to that region community. But you can change that by clicking here. Okay, you can see that drop down that comes. Again, mine's a long list because of all the things that I have access to. You can also cross-post this to other communities if you feel so inclined to do so. Put in a discussion, type in your message, and then you can post and send it, okay? To do things with library items, if you want to upload a library entry or create a blog, very similar to the discussion in the ability to put those things. And by the way, with discussions, when you do create them, you do have the ability to add attachments as well. So if you're creating something, you want to include an attachment, you can do that, okay? Lastly here, what on the IPA Connect website that I'll draw your attention to is the directory where you can put in someone's first or last name. Now here it says state affiliate, which is a connection to a thing I'm going to mention a little bit more here in just a moment, and that's with Ed Leaders Network. But this is something we're going to be updating moving forward, so it will likely be a place where you can put in a school name or a school district name. Then you can also put in someone's email address and then find the contacts from there. We currently have some names listed below this directory, but that's likely to be something that will be removed as we continue to iterate the site overall. Now, as we talk about what happens once you've posted a message, okay, this is where I want to be sure that you are not missing out on what's coming from IPA Connect. Now, this is an email that is probably not completely unfamiliar to you, unless maybe you're new to the association, but if you've been with IPA for a while, this is what we call a daily digest email that comes from the principal connection. Okay. There's a couple of different ways that the messages go out. They go out as daily digests, okay, where you get the whole day's the messages from the day before all in one email, or they come in real time when if somebody hits the send button and then it'll immediately go to your inbox. All principal connection users are defaulted to be daily digest users. For those that are in other communities or your region community, those are real time because the frequency of those emails are not typically as heavy as they are for the all member community. So we have defaulted everyone to be a daily digest user when it comes to the all member community principal connection. So that pretty straightforward, not anything unfamiliar what you've been used to. But here's something that I need to draw your attention to that's really important. When we made the decision to bring IPA Connect back to the technology that we used before, with the upgrades with the platform that we were using, it gave us the opportunity to combine the IPA Connect platform to a certain degree with the Ed Leaders Network platform to work them on the same instance of the technology. In doing so, because ELN was established, it became what is called the parent of the overall community, and IPA Connect became a microsite of that. And so where this impacts you when you are seeing these IPA Connect principal connection communities coming through, it will come through from the Ed Leaders Network. Okay, that's not completely unfamiliar to you, hopefully, if you're an ELN user for sure, or you've probably heard us talk about ELN since that's a service that IPA provides to thousands of educators throughout the state. As you know, we provide state mandated trainings and a whole host of other professional learning, micro credentials, so on and so forth. So I just want you to be aware of this because when this comes through your regular email from your desktop, you'll see this, you'll see the green, you'll be able to download the pictures and see IPA Connect here. So that's not totally unique or unexpected. However, if you're like me, I'm someone that does a lot of email work, especially when it comes to deleting emails from my phone, sometimes before I show up to the office, so I can kind of clear the deck of all the things that I really don't want to have to worry about when I get into the office. Well, in those cases, I just want to raise to your level of concern here so that you're not missing out on these principal connection emails, is that oftentimes, most times anyway, you will see the Ed Leaders Network come through, and you will not see that it's IPA Connect or the Principal Connection. Now, here you can see Principal Connection Digest at the top, but in a lot of email apps on phones, it gives you who it's from right out of the gate, and you're going to see this coming through from Ed Leaders Network. And if you are in the habit of seeing those Ed Leaders Network emails come through, if you're an ELN user, which most school leaders across the state are by default due to our relationship with ISB, you might have been a habit of just deleting those. Now, I would ask that maybe you would consider taking a look and maybe responding if it makes sense to you. For example, we had someone asking about EpiPens here on ELN Connect most recently, but I sure don't want you to be deleting those and missing out on IPA Connect. A couple of other things that could throw you when you're looking at these messages, and I just want to make sure that you're aware. Currently, because of the linkage between ELN Connect and IPA Connect, everything through all of these links will function as normal as you might expect. However, when you come down here and you want to maybe change your subscription preferences and you would click on My Subscriptions, be aware that this will take you to your ELN Connect profile rather than your IPA Connect profile. Now, what I need to tell you, and I know what I'm talking about here is full of nuance, so I just want you to be aware of this. When you make changes on your ELN Connect profile, it will make identical changes on your IPA Connect profile because those two things are reading information from the same place. Okay, so let me just show you here. When you click on My Subscriptions from your IPA Connect email, you will see that it brought me to my ELN Connect profile. And it actually here, because I wanted to talk about my preferences and what I was doing, it went to my community notifications and it's giving me the ability to change my notification settings from here. Now, if I were to come back to the principal connection or the IPA Connect website rather, and come up here, click on my picture and go to my profile, if you were to do, now this one is not blown up as the other one, but trust me, they are the same. If I were to come over here and look at my account and look at my community notifications, this page, if I scroll down, it would look identical to this page here. It's just blown up a little bit bigger over on this website, okay? Because that's just the way that the settings were set on my web browser. But be aware of that as you're looking at ELN Connect versus IPA Connect. And also when you're getting your IPA Connect profiles, be prepared for it to come from EdLeaders Network, as well as if you want to change your settings, that it will take you to your ELN Connect profile. As time goes by, we're continuing to try to sort it to where it's a more fluid experience with IPA Connect. But one of the things I will share with you with regards to why we went this direction is well, two things really. One is so that we are only working with one instance of the technology to do some of the back end types of tech integration work that we want to do as an organization to better serve you. It just makes things a lot simpler from a programming perspective to work off of one instance versus two. The other rationale is just from a cost savings perspective. This technology costs several tens of thousands of dollars for us to provide to you on an annual basis. And obviously it's more cost effective for us to have one instance of these instead of two. If you have questions about IPA Connect, please do not hesitate to reach out to me or send out an email to support@ilprinciples.org. But I encourage you to get engaged with IPA Connect so that you're working with your colleagues, communicating with your colleagues, and being that critical asset to one another that really only you can provide to one another. And truly, while IPA, I feel like, does a lot of special things to serve you as a member, truly the best asset that you have is one another. And this tool that we provide to you is really the best way that we can connect you to one another on a minute by minute, day by day basis versus the variety of other activities and things like that we've got going on. All right, so I'm going to wrap up here pretty quick. All right, about done. But I'd be remiss if I didn't talk about two things with you before we all finished. And the first of those, of course, is our annual conference, which is coming up really soon here in October. If you'd like some information about the conference, I invite you when you're going to the IPA website, let me come back here, is go to the Learning tab, and then you can click on the annual conference, and it will take you to our conference page, okay? And you can see that the countdown is on. We're at 33 days and counting. We are tracking ahead registration-wise versus last year, and if you recall, we tied our record attendance last year at conference, which was pretty special. So we're excited about the possibility of us beating that number for this year ahead. So please don't miss out on that. We got a terrific lineup of keynote speakers as normal. The conference will get kicked off with our golf outing. You can see the variety of groups that are supporting us. And then, of course, here's some information about hotels. But this website will share with you everything that you want to know, the agenda, the information about all the speakers, the small group session folks included, our sponsors or exhibitors, the accommodations, not only hotels, but things you can do in Peoria when you're in town. And then lastly here, how to get registered. And you can register as an individual, but be aware that we provide some nice group discounts for when you have 3 or more from your district that are attending. So don't miss out on that opportunity. The last thing I want to remind you of, that we don't want to get buried in all of the things that IPA does for you, and that is our member assistance program. Hopefully you're still fresh and things are going well for you at the start of the school year, but when times are difficult, you're feeling like you just need a hand, of course, anyone here at IPA is always available to you. But if you're really looking to get connected with someone in a confidential way, and while I know that plenty of districts have employee assistance programs, you may not feel comfortable using that. We have that here as a member benefit. And it's not only a benefit for you, but it's also a benefit for your family. So if you're dealing with any issues related to anxiety, depression, substance abuse, you need just some financial support or a whole host of other things, the member assistant program is here for you. Again, to get to that, click on the resources tab at the top of the home screen, click on the member assistance program tab, and it will bring you here, and it will show you right here in the center where to go, where to get information, and how to register for the account. Okay, and this is something that is available to you as an IPA member. All right, so we'll wrap it up with that for right now. As always, my name is Jason Leahy, Executive Director here for the IPA, and if there's anything IPA can do for you, obviously never hesitate to give us a call or check us out on the web at ilprinciples.org. Look forward to seeing you in Peoria next month. Take care.